Ooh, another Ducati Monster video. It has been a few weeks whilst I've been waiting for parts and everything like that. Obviously in this current climate, parts are a little bit slower getting to us, but it's no big deal because there's other things that we can do in the meanwhile. Ducati Monster is behind me here, as you've seen it, with the monocoque tank and seats and a little bit of fiddling that I've been doing just to kind of perfect it. I have still been playing around with it. Today's job is creating that prototype front fairing out of fiberglass. Now you last saw it, me perfecting it out of clay on the last episode. I kind of say perfecting it, kind of getting a rough shape, I should say. And today is making that rough prototype fairing so then I can work with and skin it with, pretty much like I've done with this, skin it with filler, and then I can properly sheen it and sculpt it how I want it. The reason I'm doing this rather than skinning the original foam is because that foam itself wasn't really structurally safe. It was likely to just snap in my hands, and that was the last thing I wanted. By creating a fiberglass prototype, works for me. So this involves me creating a split mould first, and it will differ from the tank because where the tank and the seat was a 2-part split mould, this will have to be a 3-part. Because of the shape of it, there's no easy way to split 2 parts away from each other, especially with that front bit going in, scooping in like that. It has to be 3 parts in order to do that. No worries, we can do that really crudely, but here it is.
And we've got the split mould now. Really crude job, but this pretty much is what it is. That comes off there, that comes off there, and we've got the base. That's all I need really for this job. And you may be able to see that there is still sort of residue of clay inside, very tiny, but I'm not really fussed about that. And I mean, there's a bit more here, obviously. The reason I'm not too fussed about that is because the inside is imperfect and we can see all these ripples and everything like that. This clay isn't going to add any more imperfection. In fact, I think it's actually smoothing it out more than anything. So I'm not really bothered about that. I'm not really too fussed about cleaning it all out. But that slips onto there, and then this onto there, sorted. All I have to do now is just screw it all together, and then we can do the actual prototype of it. And there we have it. Again, a bit of a struggle to get it out, only because of the amount of contours and everything that this has. I've patched it up in bits, so there were bits of clay, and especially here you can see there just tiny bits where the gel coat hadn't actually grabbed, and there's a little bit there. But in all honesty, tidying it up, it'll do as a base. That is all I want it for, is simply just a base, so that I can now shape it exactly like I've done with the tank, smooth it out, and then that'll be my proper plug. But that's exactly what I need it for, something strong that'll go on the bike. And here it is. I just moved that little piece of string there. This is what it looks like. Still needs a little bit of cutting. Of course, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I knew there was going to be about ½ inch gap up there. That's expected. What is interesting now is, obviously because I've been molding it with the clay and everything like that, is that it is sticking out now. Probably about another ½ inch. And I don't want that. So next video is going to be pretty much slicing it down the middle, removing whatever parts, whatever distance I need, and butting it up together and just moulding it back together with a bit of fiberglass behind it. An easy job. I'd rather be doing that now rather than regretting not doing that, because where the tank sits flush and actually fits inside the frame, the same doesn't apply with this bottom bit here. I think that would be an awful shame for it not to do that. You can also see that it's really tight against this cam belt cover here. I was never expecting the lip to be that much. I was probably expecting to have about 10mm lip, so I need to saw all that down. And another thing I might even do, which I have been playing around with a thought, is tapering in the bottom. So at the moment it's a square hole, it's a square entrance there, and it's really flat on the side, and the whole bike is pretty much flat. And with the headlight fairing now, which I did on a previous episode, that actually tapers down at the bottom ever so slightly. I wonder if it'll be nice for this to do the same. To follow this line here, cut it, and then taper it inside. I don't think I need that inner lip there. All I need is this 45-degree lip there, and then that finishes it off. I don't think I need this 90-degree in there. Just 45, and then push it in slightly. I think that would be lovely. For a rough prototype, a really rough mould from a load of clay, and I've not even put that much effort into it, to be honest. I just bashed it out to get something out to work on. It's not bad. Obviously all this is going to be a lot neater. Going to reintroduce these slats that I had there before on the carbon fibre version. But that's it. Job done. That is ready for the next episode now of, as I mentioned, slightly down the middle, butting it up and just tapering it, seeing how that works. So if you like what you see, and next week's video will be the beginning of the mongrel. How exciting. So until next week, everyone, keep on building out there, if you are building, that is. See you later.